S Item SCP-3199 Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. All live instances of SCP-3199 are to be contained at Site-114 within a modified Keter humanoid containment chamber, the walls of which will be coated in approximately 2 centimeters thick acid-resistant steel. CCTV equipment is installed in the northeastern and southwestern corners. 2 meters of empty space are to be allocated between primary and secondary containment. Secondary containment consists of suspending all live instances of SCP-3199 with a block of solid transparent substance. This block is to be at a height of at least 3 meters. 1 armed security guard is to be stationed outside primary containment at all times. An 8-digit passcode can be obtained from the current Site-114 director in order to bypass primary containment. Secondary containment is to be regularly examined for damages, movement, and activity of any kind are to be noted. And the current Site-114 director is to be informed at the earliest possible convenience. A temporary recall procedure is detailed in Addendum 3199-03. Experiments involving the use of live 3199 instances is strictly prohibited without approval of at least 2 personnel of level 4 security clearance or above. As of February 18, 2019, there are 6 live instances of 3199 successfully contained. Description: SCP-3199 denotes a species of sapient Category 5 biological entities of current intermittent origin. Through tissue samples indicate the presence of silky chicken, chimpanzee, stoat, mussel, adder, and human DNA. Yeah, and I forgot. The footnotes are just the scientific names. They are typically hairless, stained with a thin layer of albumin-like excretion, and stand at an average of 2.9 meters. Its weight averaged 780 kilograms for a matured instance, and 360 kilograms for a hatchling. Sorry about that. Autopsy has determined that the cervical vertebrae of a mature 3199 instance are composed of a cartilage rather than bone. This enables the neck and throat to twist and dislocate to around 340 degrees in either direction, aiding their usual reproductive cycle. 3199 are opportunistic hunters engaging with live subjects within a radius of 0.6 kilometers surrounding hatchlings that have not yet reached full adolescence. Average speed is recorded at 25 kilometers per hour. While in contact with human or animal subjects, 3199 will proceed to redacted, liquefying internal organs and bone structure. A suitable cadaver is then transferred within range of the closest hatchling. 3199 produces large eggs of an off-white coloration and rubbery substance. The egg will pass through the entity's digestive tract, esophagus, and eventually out via the mouth, followed by a viscous red substance. 3199 shows extreme distress throughout the process, with personnel describing the sound as not dissimilar to a scream. 3199 produces eggs to fulfill unoccupied space. There is no known limit to the number of eggs 3199 is capable of producing, and a standing theory is as follows: given enough time, a single instance could single-handedly perform an LK class species transmutation scenario. Determination of a life instance can be achieved through a variety of equally effective methods. 3199 is proven to be around as resilient as a standard human subject. However, complete eradication has proven difficult, as all instances of 3199 carry 1 egg with a specialized stomach-like organ upon birth, assuring that 1 instance will persist through even ordinary means of constant and lethal assault. But this biological phenomenon is presumed to be in itself anomalous in origin. A single 3199 egg can bear a tremendous amount of resilience, maintaining its form and purpose even following a continuous subjection to extreme blunt force trauma, pressure exceeding 180,000 psi, high precision blades, long-term acid exposure. The application of plastic explosives was considered but quickly rejected by higher administration. Heat is a primary component in the growth and development of 3199 eggs. In foundation research, Keith Bethel was particularly apprehensive towards the idea, believing it would almost certainly result in a second containment breach. 3199 was issued Keter classification October 6, 2017, following a containment breach. 3199's prior containment method was disassembled and replaced with a revised containment procedure as listed above. Addendum 3199-A-01 on Redacted 2017, 05 Redacted dispatched the following notice. All further experiments involving 3199's eggs are strictly prohibited. Hatching periods have proven too unreliable to warrant extensive research, and as the consequences of a containment breach become more and more apparent, the 05 Council has unanimously decided to nip the situation at the bud. Until new and reliable information comes to light, all personnel found acting against protocol will be subject to standard zero-tolerance risk assessment training, and a punishment determined on a case-by-case basis. We thank you for your continued cooperation. (3199) was discovered in redacted Ireland following witness reports of a bald creature crying like a banshee from within an undisclosed area of woodland. These reports resulted in the dispatchment of Mole Task Force Omega-19, who arrived on site with a total of 12 armed personnel. 2 personnel were lost in action, their internal organs and jaws having been almost entirely dissolved. During transportation, 3199 produced 2 offspring, resulting in the deaths of a further 6 personnel. Addendum 3199-A-02 on Redacted 2017, a thorough sweep of 3199's ensure recovery location was enacted in an attempt to uncover the creature's origin and purpose. Local reports suggested that the small remote residence in question has been abandoned for at least 2 decades. Surface Team Delta 029-E recovered several items of interest, including 1 bag of assorted threads and needles in various colors and sizes, approximately 13 chicken carcasses, with precise incisions located on the underbelly, neck, and thigh. 6 of the carcasses have been plucked with visible human teeth marks lining the bare areas at random intervals. Several containers, including water bottles and Tupperware boxes, holding an unidentified watery paste. The paste was deep brown in color. In the presence of oxygen, it turned viscous and hard. An A5 notebook, redacted brand, and heavily scratched with what was determined to be human fingernails. The words "New Breed Manifesto" was written on the front cover, 2 chicken feather quills. The notebook itself consisted of 24 pages of standard lined paper, written in anomalous black ink. 19 of these pages consisted of various cuboid patterns and crude childlike illustrations vaguely resembling 3199. On the remaining 5 pages, large lines of writing detailed the diary of an unnamed individual. Much of the writing script was ineligible. One extract in particular, dated redacted 6, 1973, was written with notably higher clarity. If you're reading this, then lucky you. For 100,000 hour, for not, and I'll be warm and wet and warm, and the wonderful versatility of inferior human DNA will birth a better era, a stronger year, one where eligible, and food and water will be nothing but things of the past, as we may make more until ineligible. I really haven't much time. That's why I envy you so much. You'll have all the time you need. Time will be on, and death will be life. New life needs things to live. New life will be part of life from now on. Final page consisted of various ink blots, 13 instances of the word life in inconsistent sizes, 2 instances of the word want it, want I, want it, and the lyrics to English songwriter Frederick Weathery's Danny Boy, an Old Gaelic script. The identity of the journal's author is pending investigation. Addendum 3199-03, Protocol 34-22-B. Following procedure is to occur in the event of a Site-114 containment breach in an effort to safely and immediately recontain live 3199 instances. On-site personnel with level 1 security clearance or above assume standard lockdown procedure and evacuate to Site-113 to wait further instruction. Site-114 is to be flooded in its entirety by clean distilled water treated with dissolvable Class A sedatives. Cypherstein Tango 306-A will be dispatched immediately to retrieve any lingering instances of 3199 eggs. All living instances of 3199 will be terminated on site, and the remaining eggs will be collected. All egg samples are to be transported to temporary off-site containment within a stable water bath. Site-114 will be subsequently drained, and custodian staff will be dispatched to thoroughly clean and sanitize the grounds to a greenstone foundation standard. Personnel attempting to breach Site-114 before this inspection is complete will be apprehended and punished accordingly. Note: a number of personnel have expressed their skepticism regarding the scale of 3199's containment breach protocol. To clarify, we have a reason to believe that the fluid is an excellent counter to 3199's anomalous reproductive properties. It appears to enter in an inert state in the presence of liquid regardless of thickness or clarity. The leading theory is as follows: 3199 discerns the liquid around it to be unoccupied space. Regardless, I believe I speak for all Site-114 when I say that we are quite relieved to have found a safe and consistent method of containment. Dr. Lewis, December 5th, 2017. Interview 3199-I-01. Date: October 28th, 2017. Subject: Corporal Duncan. Interviewer: Dr. Ewing. Forward: subject has undergone extensive psychiatric therapy prior to interview, and while the Foundation does not consider them reasonable for the deaths of Private McLeod and Private Langley, subject expresses feelings of guilt or having neglected standard Foundation health and safety protocol. Can log. Take the seat, alright? Please. If you would. Corporal Duncan clears his throat. White noise as he sits visibly anxious. Could you explain your mission briefing? The job looks pretty simple. No auditory or visual trails that the higher ups of the Site-114 knew about. Seems to me as if they're done a pretty good job scraping the area clean. Corporal Duncan laughs nervously. Never is that easy thought, madam. We landed around 2100 hours. The boys and I have been told that if we couldn't catch the thing, the next best thing would be to snapping a frame or two. So they looked us up to the best in night vision hardware. Corporal Duncan shuffles uncontrollably in his seat. I know you have pictures. Ella, I know you've got something. Paper shuffling, Dr. Awake looks grave. Under no obligation to fill the recording. Nah, I know that. Just shook me a little. Please go on. We found something within an hour, almost like a sack, totally out of scrap metal and wood. Looked more like an oversized chicken coop than anything else. But I don't know that your new monster built it. Just made it a new home. I assume you. In today's set, of course, it was a late shift. Wanted this over as quick as possible. I'd like to say that's why I did what I did, but can't bring myself to make excuses. Corporal Duncan places his head on his hand, sighing. I really fucked it, ma'am. Pardon my right. It's perfectly appropriate to all things considered. However, I'm going to have to ask you to continue explaining the procedure. Right. Well, I had the two of my men stationed at back. Private McLeod and Private Langley insisted they take first charge. Fresh out of training they were kids. I should be used to it by now, but Corporal Duncan laughs dryly. Never seen a smile get cut down so quick. It knew we were there somehow, jumped right at Private McLeod and dead expunged. Fucking teeth out of its head. I see it whenever I blink. Man, that's the shit that stays with you. Silence for a moment. Corporal Duncan leans back in his chair. A pause. Duncan, please, I'll must assure you to continue. The more we know, the more we can do to stop it from happening again. We barely had time to react before it started mowing down the corridor to the right. Hold on. Alright, hold on. I lost my sense. I guess the adrenaline just about hit me because I fired off enough rounds to blow a chunk out of its chest. Just as its ugly head was about to round a corner I saw. Another pause. Corporal Duncan shows visible signs of distress. I saw a straight fucking moonlight on the other side. Bullseye. Thing let out a most awful scream. I have a beautiful little baby boy at home, Doc. You know that. Irrelevant, the discussion of domestic life isn't necessary for this procedure. Well, could you please? I have a beautiful baby boy who just loves wailing when he's too cranky to sleep. And you know what? Every time he does, I think about that scream. I see it in my head. Think about what it did. And his paw gives him a look as he's gonna bash his fucking head against the wall. Corporal Duncan, now standing, gradually sits back down. They were good men. Please, Ella, kill them once. If for no one else, for me. Note, I have extended my strongest condolences for the families of those lost during 3199's initial recovery. Furthermore, I would like to formally request that Corporal Duncan is administered one Class B amnestic at the earliest possible convenience. Says Dr. E. Ewig, Site 114 Director. Addendum 3199-04, Experiment Logs. Experiment 3199-E-01, Heat Exposure, Redacted Test 17. Subject 1 egg sample from 3199. Method: the subject relocated to a secure container cell. Inside temperature of the cell was gradually increased at the average of rate of 70 degrees Celsius per minute. Results: after approximately 9 minutes, the egg erupted violently and produced a single hatchling. On-site personnel reacted swiftly to recontain the newborn instance. However, the excessive internal temperature appears to have impacted the physical maturity of the subject, and it reached adolescence to an accelerated rate of 40 seconds. Wait, hold on. The Hedgehog produced to further instances of 3199. Security response on site was swift, and all 3 instances were detained cleanly. Also, subsequent heat experiments involving 3199's eggs has been postponed until further notice. Experiment 3199-E-02, Cold Exposure, redacted 2017. Subject 1 egg sample from 3199. Method: subject submerged entirely in liquid nitrogen. Security remained on standby throughout the procedure. In light of prior experiments, after approximately 45 minutes of exposure, 3199 had reached negative 190 degrees Celsius. Following 2 hours of exposure, the egg was removed and placed under a hydraulic press. Results: hydraulic press peaked at pressures around 9,000 psi. Cracks appeared approximately 30 minutes into exposure before the sample shattered. Egg fragments that were collected and furthermore pressed into a fine pulp. 0 traces of albumin or yolk were located. Complete incineration of the shell's remains proved successful in destroying the egg and its reproductive capabilities entirely. Experiment 3199-E-03. Chemical analysis of shell, redacted 2017. Sample: 10 grams of finely pressed eggshell pulp taken from 3199 egg. Results: detailed chemical breakdown shows traces of nacre, enable, and a currently unidentified carbon compound. Microscope analysis suggests that the shell itself is composed of a tightly packed crystalline structure. Practically, application of this material is pending administrative approval. Finally, we got through it all.
How do you feel?
Well, I believe I helped to read it before, so alright, I guess. Let me just show it in Discord. Wait, did I send it? No, I did not. I'm an idiot. They pretty much just copied a photo on there, except they opened the mouth.
They copied it badly.
Yeah.
If you look at it, they just added some weird fucking texture on it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So shall we give it a 4?
Oh, it looks like the SCP, but it doesn't look like the SCP. Like, for instance, they made the neck too short.
Ah.
I'm not quite sure if it should be marked high because it is technically a dangerous SCP and they did mostly follow the design, but it also feels like they purposely made some changes that don't feel very authentic. Like, why is the neck shorter? I know the neck looks weird, but it's just part of its weird design.
Yeah.
Like, I can forgive like different textures or getting some details slightly wrong, but why the neck? The neck just feels like one of those obvious things that are looming out there. The weird fucking neck. Why did they change it?
Yeah.
This is not a beauty pageant.
It's not a beauty pageant.
But also, the barn may be a 2 because the barn tells me they're probably not going to follow the SCP lore.
Yeah. We'll go with 2 for
I mean,
thumbnail.
that doesn't make it clickbait, but the fact that they're using the SCP's face combined with something that is not the SCP, as is not related to the SCP, tells me they're probably going to go off the rail.
Alright, let's read the description. What could be worse than coming from across an omnivorous predator? Only if this predator is a K class object 3199 humans are feeded. Oh, did we mention it can proliferate indefinitely?
Yeah.
Let me get the bingo board. Alright, let's go. No license given. Copyrights the video. Be ready?
Uh-huh.
What?
My beard. What's this now?
The eggs are not that huge. Because it comes out of the esophagus, it cannot be that huge.
What an odd thingy.
What an odd thingy.
Yeah.
Hush now, it's okay. I won't hurt you.
It'll sure hurt you, though.
That's gonna go.
Yeah?
Okay.
So what's new on the island, Brad?
Hey, Rita. We're still studying Object 3199.
Though dangerous, we found that the creatures were quite vulnerable. And there's this strange bit. Each creature is born with an egg in its gut. Even if you kill one of them, a new egg will emerge from its esophagus. That means that no matter what, one creature will always live on.
They're basically unkillable.
Brad, you got everything under control?
Sure.
We're still looking into the chemical composition of the shell, but it's already clear the egg is incredibly sturdy. We tried it under extreme pressure, tried to crack it open with acid and even abrasive tools. Didn't leave a scratch on it. I froze one of the eggs. Gonna see how it reacts to low temperatures.
Attention, a Keter-class object has breached containment.
What's that?
Shit!
Brad?
I'll call you back.
What?
over! What the hell is going on here?
Sir, we have an emergency! A new creature hatched from the egg under the press and breach containment!
What the? Hi.
Damn it! There's too many!
We can add violence. Wrong SCP design.
Yeah.
of them!
What the hell is... Christ! No. No, 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 no. No! Brad! Brad, do you copy? The cameras are out. All the team's vitals are dropping.
We have a containment breach! I can't hold them off! Need an emergency evac now! The others are probably dead!
Copy that, Bradley. Find a place to hide. Help is on the way.
Get me out of here, Rita! Voracious monsters!
This is Coordinator Rita Miller. There's an emergency in Area 144 on Phoenix Island. Requesting personnel evac now!
No, no, not now! Damn it! It's okay, Bradley. Help is on the way.
Hi.
You sure he's not dead?
He's waking up. Hey, how you doing, old man? How many fingers am I holding up? 2. What's going... Oh,
What?
right. You came.
have no
Thanks for
idea.
saving me back there, guys. Are you Bradley Peterson, a research associate of this facility? Yeah, that's me. I'm Captain Don Martin. What's with the weird uniform? And we're still on the island? Where are the creatures? Creatures? The featherless bipeds. How'd you kill them? Objects 3199. Tell me what you know of them. They really that dangerous? Dangerous? They destroyed the entire damn research facility. A single goddamn creature can produce an infinite number of eggs. That's why we studied them here on the island. They're scared of water and couldn't escape in an emergency. And cold stops the incubation process. Yeah? I froze one in the cryo chamber. You didn't unfreeze it, did you?
Relax, Grandpa. Everything's under control.
There was something odd about this. The infirmary looked abandoned, and these guys, I felt like something just wasn't adding up. What the hell happened here?
Hey, where do you think you're going?
I have to check on something. Hey, wait!
Oh my gosh, they're gonna do another chaos to search
The
thing.
hell is this? And what the hell have you done? Why did you unfreeze the egg? You idiot! You're gonna get us all killed! Slow down. We didn't want to just come out and say it. But you've been in a cryogenic chamber for 30 years, and we need this object to fight our enemies. 30 years? What the hell are you talking about?
You heard the captain.
Looking around, I finally realized that the base looked incredibly old. Everything was covered by an inch of
What
dust.
the
30
fuck?
years? How could that happen?
I don't know, but I will say cryogenic stasis has been debunked multiple times. The body will eventually melt. So, literally, all the first people who were cryogenically frozen have either been buried or they melted into people goo.
Yeah. I believe there's a reality bending SCP machine that's similar to a cryogenically freezing machine that will actually prevent you from dying. Like, I think there was like one person who was in it for 50 years and survived.
That is kind of awesome.
I don't know its number. I know it's a safe class entity, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I know that is an SCP.
I don't think that's what they used in the game. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Don't shoot!
We need the creature! creature alive! Drop your weapons, arm your stun guns, and follow the creature. Now, Ivan, you're in charge. Roger that, sir. Peterson, you're coming with me. You know the area. You'll show us where the creature can hide. Think, Peterson. Where could the object be? You have no idea what you've done. The creature must be destroyed. Get me on the line with your superiors, now! All the brass are fighting the enemy, so... What enemy?
Sir, over here. We found the thing.
Hey, get him in the cage! I had to find out what was really going on here. So while the squad was busy with the object, I took a chance and ran to the communications room. I was hoping the connection was still active. Of course, my idea to contact the Foundation HQ was insane, but I had to try. It's no good.
Who's that? Identify yourself.
Rita? Is that really you?
Who are you? How did you get this number?
Don't you recognize me? Special Agent Bradley Peterson reporting from Area 144 on Phoenix Island.
Brad? Oh my god! I can't believe it! You're alive!
In the flesh. Though the rescue operation was late by about 30 years.
I thought you were dead back then during the incident when we lost the connection. Brad, can you hear me? Brad! No, not like this! Shit! Call off the evac. There's no one left alive there.
After that, they sealed Area 144 off. I never thought someone would be in the cryo chamber.
What? That's not
It's
how
okay, Rita. You did the right thing. These featherless bipeds
That's not how the
proved to be
procedure
unbelievably...
works. That's not how the procedure works.
Yeah, like for one, they wouldn't leave any of the SCP alive.
Yeah. Like the entire site will either be nuked by the on-site warhead, or literally by dousing it with the fucking liquid.
Yeah, which neither was done.
Yeah.
That's a very
dangerous.
deadly SCP. They wouldn't just leave it alive.
Yeah.
We obviously underestimated them.
I still remember that nightmare.
So you realize this creature must never leave the island. Tell your soldiers to finish it off.
What soldiers? What are you talking about, Bradley?
Captain Don Martin and his guys. They unfroze me and are dealing with Object 3199 now.
Brad, listen to me. We didn't send anyone to Phoenix Island. I don't know who you're talking about.
That's, off-putting. I thought they were soldiers from the Foundation. They said there was a war going on, and they need this creature to act as a weapon.
Shit! The bastards!
What do you mean?
Listen, there really is a war going on. The war between the SCP Foundation and the Chaos Insurgency. Those bastards on the island.
Oh my god.
That's so
Call's over,
fucking
Grandpa.
stupid.
You're with the Chaos Insurgency. Wow, we got a genius over here. You finally figured it out. Imagine what happens when we drop Object 3199 into your HQ. The perfect weapon. You won't end the war like this. No, but that would be a big step towards victory. Henry, we won't be needing Mr. Peterson's services anymore. Take care of him. You don't know what you're dealing with.
Don, get down here now! Fuck! We're under attack!
Shit! Follow me! What followed was a true massacre. Did the creature in the cage have enough time to lay eggs? So fast and so many of them. No. Something else is going on here.
Kill them all! On the left!
I'm pretty sure it has more than enough time.
Yeah.
What the hell?
They just keep coming! Captain, it's time to go. We got what we came for. Is there anything else we need here?
Load the object on the donkey and let's get out of here.
Roger that. Hurry up, you idiots!
That's when they noticed me. It was too late to hide.
Don, what do we do with him?
Honestly, we should just shoot him. But that would be a waste of bullets. Let the creatures feast on Mr. Peterson. They began moving towards the exit. I needed to get out too. Maybe I'd beat them to the helipad and then we'll see. I had no weapons to speak of and had to move through the complex's maintenance shafts. But I had an advantage. I knew this base like the back of my hand. Somewhere deep in the facility, I could hear shots and screams of soldiers. Apparently, they had run into more of the creatures.
No! No!
Dumbass.
Hurry up! To the exit!
But I didn't make it in time. When I reached the helipad, they were already there. Shit! I'm stuck on this island with one of the most dangerous Cater-class objects known! But then I saw something I never expected to see.
Come on! Take off!
Later, Gramps.
Now get over it! What is it? Bradley said something about them being scared
It was
of
not
water.
holding. It would literally eat the cage, then eat them.
Yeah.
Shit! Dog!
There we go.
What's going on?
Yep.
Fuck no!
Yeah, you just killed your own worker. Dumbass.
When I saw the helicopter had crashed, I dashed towards it. Yeah, they were the insurgents, but damn it, they were still human beings. Ivan was dead. The creature didn't survive either, but Dawn had survived, although badly wounded. Dawn! Dawn, can you hear me?
That thing... it attacked us.
Come on, bud, we need to get you out of here.
Why are you helping each other?
We hid in the maintenance hallway of the base while I patched Dawn up a little.
Thanks, Bradley. And sorry about what happened back there. You realize we are on opposing sides of this war.
How did it start?
I don't remember much about that time. It was before I joined the insurgency. They say that by this time, they had already infiltrated corrupt governments of different countries. They began to gather resources and stack up on anomalous objects.
What?
And one day they struck a massive blow. They attacked bases and facilities of the SCP Foundation using the most dangerous anomalous objects. By the time you had realized what had hit you, half of the SCP was gone. And then the Foundation pulled out the big guns. A real war broke out, which claimed the lives of both people and anomalous objects. You understand, we began running out of anomalous objects. We needed more of them. In the archives, we found records on Phoenix Island, where they carried out experiments with a very dangerous Keter-class object.
So unconnected
You
SCPs.
saw what these creatures are capable of. You can't control them.
You're right, old man. They'll be the end of us all.
We need to destroy them, all at once.
Any ideas how?
The entirety of Area 144 is powered by a nuclear reactor. There's a control point under it where I can launch a self-destruct sequence, but I'm gonna need your help.
Blow up the entire island? What about us?
Look, Dawn, we're not getting out anyway. Either these featherless bipeds will devour us, or...
Enough. Just show me the way. Shit! It's a fucking incubator!
I see where the new creatures came from. Hurry up! We don't have much time! I set the reactor to explode. Once we insert the keys, there'll be no way back. You ready?
Let's get this over with.
Attention, 30 minutes until self-destruct. All personnel evacuate Area 144 immediately.
Damn. Seems like this is it. It was an honor to meet you, Mr. Peterson.
The honor was mine, Dawn. You hear that?
What's that?
It sounds like a radio message.
Bradley, I can't get through to you. If you can hear this, hold on. The helicopter's arriving at 2:40 a.m. We'll get you out of there, I promise.
Those are our guys. Holy shit! The helicopter will be here soon. Dawn, we can make it.
Yeah. Not you, though.
Fucking cocksucker.
God damn it.
Oh,
I would expect that from Chaos Insurgency, but that's so fun.
All personnel evacuate Area 144 immediately.
Ah, shit! Dawn knocked me out and left me to die by these creatures. Goddamn traitor. What's his game? I'm not going out like this. Ah, get the hell off of me!
Pretty sure sure he wouldn't be able to outrun that thing, but
Yeah.
That bastard! He wanted to hijack a helicopter and leave with an egg!
Just lead one of the creatures to him. Or let that egg hatch and kill him.
No! No! Please! Not like this!
Peterson! Over here! Take off! Take off! Brad, my god, are we too late?
About 30 years too late, Rita.
That explosion would still affect the helicopter at that distance.
yeah, but they went with movie reality.
Ah, my beard. What's this now?
Now it goes back to what happened at the beginning.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That had barely anything to do with the anomaly. It was more, let's have an SCP war.
Yeah. Also, hearing everything about it from the Chaos Insurgency, like, it's inaccurate, but I feel like if they could win someone over, they would totally describe it that way. I find it total bullshit, but I don't expect Chaos Insurgency to have morals, so.
Yeah, also, there was two entities, I'm not sure you saw in the cutscene, that would not work with the Foundation.
I did not see them.
682
Oh!
and 610. Neither would work with them.
I don't think it would work with the SCP Foundation or with the Chaos Insurgency.
Yeah, that'd be like, yeah, we're gonna do our own thing. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. Removal of character status license, they removed pretty much everything.
Yeah, they did.
They somehow added violence.
Yep.
They somehow added violence.
Yes, they did.
I would have to say a bunch of violence, because there was so much death. So I guess I'll go with the 4. What do you think?
Yeah, a 4. Or, yeah, they did add a lot of death, but it was just shooting and the SCP eating people. But it was a lot of death.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
So, do you respond to the article? Very much so.
Yeah, that's a 4.
Also, the one thing that really bothered me was in the video, the 3199 did not fit at all anywhere in the animation. Like, they made it hyper realistic, and it bothered me the entire time. Did it bother you?
that was something.
I think they were trying to get as closest to the picture, but still.
If that's their closest to the picture, please don't.
Wait till 173. Anyways, offensive no such only men in the video. I actually don't know.
Well, they added a woman, but the woman was not the person in the thing.
Alright.
So they removed a character, but they removed basically every character from the file, but I don't know if I think that just goes with they removed all the characters and added their own. So that's offensiveness. Weirdly, I don't think they did anything offensive, and I'm not sure how I feel about that.
They ensured 3199 fucking each other. 30%.
This is the saddest rating ever because I think it's one of the highest rated videos.
We got 745, 1128, and 093 at the same score.
Yeah, you've noticed none of the ratings have gone above 30.
Yeah.